Hot Air Woods Cup of Soul Show. Good afternoon or good morning for you guys.
Yeah.
What I love about season 2 is that Dion he is in his powers and he has his clique of 3 and he's becoming comfortable with who he is. He's finding his niche. Ram, let's start with you. And he has someone who makes it cool to be a superhero. So talk a little bit about what that is like, because I think we've seen we see more Black superheroes, but we don't see that dynamic of the mentoring and a young person being able to say, hey, there's more than one. And, we have that illusions of like Black superheroes, so to say.
Yeah, like you said, I think we're seeing even more Black superheroes in society and also in the industry. And now I feel like they're diving a little bit more, even with this show specifically, on the dynamics of what that is. It's like first it's the representation, but now we're getting to get into the middle of what it could be like for an adult and a young kid, and him trying to figure out his life and him being there for him and having the experience, but also being empowered too, to kind of help him navigate this otherworldly thing, but at the same time, like, he's dealing with school stuff. He's dealing with stuff that every adult probably has gone through. So I just think it's super important to have one with the other, not just the representation what this show has, but, also with the storytelling to remind people out there when they watch it that, we're all just alike. We're all going through similar things. And I think this show highlights that.
Alisha, for you, this is also, you're growing. We're seeing you have a little bit more of a life of your own, your character. But she's still like worried, and she still is, concerned of what this means to have all this power. Can she trust the people that are claiming to help her son? Talk a little bit about what it's like in season 2, still walking that line. Are these folks here to help me, or how do I protect him when he's more powerful than me?
So season 1, I feel like Nicole was just crying and running and grabbing and saving, and it's just, the world was happening to her, and I think life was happening to her, and she just couldn't deal with it. And this season, it's less about the emotional like strain of what this is like, and it's more about like, being tentatively cautious. She doesn't immediately, for example, have like a little bit of a about Tevin. He's powered. I don't like having powered kids influence my kid because that didn't go so well the first time, but she lets him prove himself over time. And I think as their relationship becomes a little bit more romantic leaning, there's always that baseline of like his deep affinity for Dion and love of this child. And I think that's what helps kind of take away some of the walls that she's put up. But yeah, it's hard. It's like, you don't want to be a character in a show where you're essentially just, the plot is happening to you and you're just kind of there. So it's important to make sure that, these things, like, for example, Nicole makes a very brazen, bravado choice that has really negative repercussions for her. And she does that because she thinks she can do anything, because she feels like kind of a superhero herself. And being humbled by that is, I think, what makes the character interesting, what makes playing her interesting this season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Love season 2, and hopefully we'll get a season 3.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.